everyone, my name is Tu and I'm a senior here at the University of Washington in our Speech and Hearing Sciences department. So I made another video talking about my journey and my experience in our department. And so in this video, I kind of wanted to dive deeper into what the classes that you'll be taking are like, how hard the major is, and more about the specifics of our department and major, like how big our classes are, and really how to balance that work and school life. So first off, our classes are designed in a way that give you a really great foundation for what you need to know in your first year in order to prepare yourself for the second year of classes. So more specifically, in your first year, you'll be taking an Intro to Speech and Hearing Sciences course where you'll really get to know where our field originated and how it came to be, and also what our scope of practice is and what other career paths that you can continue on with this specific major and degree. And then you'll also touch base on what kind of settings and what other professionals that you will collaborate with in the future if you do choose to pursue a career as a clinician. And then in this class, you'll also be learning a little bit about the basics of what kind of speech language communication disorders that may occur in either development or later on in life. So along with this Intro to Speech and Hearing Sciences course, you'll also be taking a lot of Introduction to Hearing Sciences and Hearing Disorders class, where you'll learn more about how our auditory system works and more about the mechanisms that help us perceive and understand different sounds. And so with this, you'll also be taking a phonetics course where you'll be learning the basics on how to transcribe and identify different speech sounds. And then finally, you'll be taking a language science course where you'll learn more about the different aspects of language and communication and kind of which category the speech and language belong to. Moving on to your second year of classes, you'll be taking a lot more advanced classes like anatomy of speech and hearing and swallowing. And also you'll be taking a lot more classes that touch on the disorders that you'll see in patients and clients in the developmental time period, and also acquired disorders that will occur later on in life from like a traumatic experience. And so these classes will, yes, be very challenging, but they are honestly very interesting because it's so applicable to your life and you kind of understand more about like, oh, this is how I produce speech and how I'm able to actually communicate with somebody. And so not only are these classes super interesting and fun to take, but they will also fulfill many prerequisites if you do decide to pursue a career as a speech language pathologist or audiologist in graduate schools. If you're somebody that really does well in a small group environment, I think this major will be a great fit for you just because we have a really small and tight-knit cohort where it's a good mix of undergraduate individuals as well as post-baccalaureate students. And so there's roughly around like 25 undergrads and 25 post-bacs. So your classes on average are around 50 to 60 individuals. And so this gives you a really great opportunity to build really close relationships with people in your cohort and also have enough time to talk with your professors individually and go to office hours and really feel like you have a great sense of community. Our department also gives you the opportunity to join NSSHLA, which is the National Student Speech Language Hearing Association, where our amazing officers plan really great events and opportunities to meet professors in our department whom you might not be taking classes with in your undergrad. And then you'll also be able to attend a lot of like grad school Q&A sessions where you can learn more about the graduate school application process and talk to individuals who have gone through it themselves. So the last thing I really wanted to touch base on was your ability to balance a really great work and school life as a full-time student in our department. For me, I think it was completely doable because I held a position as a teaching assistant at a preschool and kindergarten classroom around campus. And so I worked about 4 hours a day, maybe 2 or 3 times a week. And so with our course load and all of the time spent studying, I think it was really possible to still do well in my classes, as well as gain experience in observation hours for my future in grad school. And so I think if you are debating on whether or not you can hold a position as a volunteer or employee somewhere, I think it is possible to still do well and succeed as a student. I really hope this video helped you learn more about what you'll really expect to see in our department and in this major, and kind of what the classes will be like for you. And so if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out to any of the advisors or students within our department. They will be a great resource if you are still deciding on whether or not this is the right major for you. Okay, thank you.